After an international investigation and a week-long search, they finally tracked the dog to an owner here on Coronado Island. The issue here is not global warming. It's not about politics. The diplomats and admirals are talking about national security, but the scientists are trying to figure out how to forecast climate change in the future. Here on Coronado Island, where there's a strong military presence, the local reaction to General McChrystal's comments in the Rolling Stone article is mixed. Now, the store was temporarily closed yesterday as a safety precaution to make sure nobody else got sick. While the tax policies of each candidate are of major concern, so is the economic stimulus represented by each party. All these dogs hope eventually they'll have a home, but one dog in particular is a long way from where he was microchipped.
So we researched the microchip, and it turns out it does go back to Italy. Took us a couple of days actually to find out the city is Latina, Italy.
An officer spotted the one-year-old German Shepherd limping along Gilman Drive in La Jolla. He called for help, and the dog was taken to the San Diego County Animal Shelter.
He was reported as a stray on the side of the road and appeared to be injured. The officer picked the dog up, and he was in pain and limping, so we brought him back to the medical center. He is currently being treated.
His owner was finally found, but an unlikely spot. After an international investigation and a week-long search, they finally tracked the dog to an owner here on Coronado Island. The owner did not want to appear on camera, but said he bought Kane in Italy while serving in the Navy last year. He said he came home one day to find Kane missing and couldn't find him anywhere on Coronado Island. But because the owner is expecting his first child, he hopes the shelter will help Kane find a better home. An unexpected ending to a very unusual traveling dog. Jessica Hudgens, KUSI News. When it comes to climate change, getting a better picture of what the future will look like is key for national security. At this conference, military leaders and scientists are talking about how to forecast climate change the same way that meteorologists forecast weather.
Right now, we have only a rudimentary knowledge of how the ocean works, for example. A lot of the scientists here at this symposium are going to bring to this their ideas on gathering more data about the ocean, understanding the ocean's dynamics better, and then bringing them into computer models.
The issue here is not global warming. It's not about politics. The diplomats and admirals are talking about national security, but the scientists are trying to figure out how to forecast climate change in the future. Reno Harnish is the director of the new Center for the Environment and National Security and a former U.S. ambassador. And he says it's about being prepared because the supply of water will someday be as critical as the supply of oil is today. Severe droughts can drain the economy of countries with weak governments and can create civil unrest, which then could result in the need for U.S. military support or intervention.
A natural disaster would be a huge drought in Asia, in the central part of Asia, that impacts then weak governments, and the weak governments collapse, and then you have another situation where terrorism can breed.
Rising water levels are also a security issue, especially in countries where hundreds of thousands of people could be displaced.
Think of China. China, the big industrial powerhouse, well, all those industries are located right along the coast. And if there's serious water level rise, they're going to have major problems on their hands in trying to maintain their economy.
Better forecasting in a world where water will surely play a crucial role. Jessica Hudgens, KUSI News. CU students and Boulder residents ride the hop all around town. The route stops on the Hill, on campus, on 29th Street, and at the Pearl Street Mall. However, students ride for free while residents pay out of their pockets. Grad student Mark Olofsson hopes to change that.
Pretty much what my proposal was that through like 0.5% increase in student fees to be able to make the hop bus route free for everyone in our community.
CU students may take their hop rides for granted, but by paying just $2 more a year, they can share this convenience with the entire city of Boulder. Boulder resident Susanna Heller explains why she supports the idea.
I know a lot of people that would be all about that. In fact, they don't want to pay, the money that it costs to go get the bus.
So far, CU students also favor the change.
I'd absolutely be willing to pay because I think not only are we students, but we're also like citizens of this town.
The hop makes the whole Boulder community accessible to CU students every day. Now the students have the chance to return the favor.
I thought that it'd be a great way to give back for us to, to pay to make the hop free for everyone to ride.
Olafson's plan has a long way to go before it can be approved by university and city legislators, but it definitely has the community's support. Jessica Hudgens, News Team Boulder. Good morning, I'm Jessica Hudgens, live in the KUSI newsroom. It's 11 o'clock. A water main break in the Hillcrest area is causing major road damages this morning. It happened around 6:30, and as you can see, water is pouring out everywhere at the corner of Georgia Street and Cypress Avenue. And just as the photographer was getting an interview, a large sinkhole appears. Crews are still on the scene cleaning up the mess. Police in Toronto say more than 400 arrests have been made after violence broke out near the G20 summit. As the world's most powerful leaders negotiated, angry demonstrators clashed with police in riot gear on the streets, leaving a path of destruction in their wake. The violence began yesterday, and police say the rampage lasted until early this morning. Police are expecting more protests later today. And if you need a haircut, you can get one and give to a good cause in Rancho Penasquitos today. Salon 56 is holding a cut-a-thon to benefit the family of a local college student who was seriously injured in a car accident last month. All the proceeds will help Kelly Talbert's family pay her medical bills. It started about an hour ago and continues until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Our next news break is in 1 hour here on KUSI News Every Hour, every day.